Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I just wanted to actually show you how I do this cooking every day during the week. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. Um, I had to I really had to. I had hit a plateau in my fitness, and I knew what it was. I knew what it was. I knew I was behaving badly, and I needed to take care of my nutrition. I really needed to clean that up, like give it an overhaul. So what I did was I went to the supermarket on Saturday, got a bunch of fruits and vegetables, and prepared them. So I've got these all nice and cut up from Saturday. So what I'm gonna do is this squash. This is zucchini squash and some yellow squash that I am going to chop up with some onion and some garlic, and I'm just gonna go ahead and create that. But here's the wonderful thing, and that's why I talk about meal prep is everything when you're trying to get when you're trying to really get fit and really be thinking about your health in a serious way. Meal prep is what's going to make it happen every single day. So what I also had was I made fish yesterday. Now fish, I got a piece of, well, two pieces of cod at my local supermarket, and I just made all of it yesterday, which took about 15 minutes. So what I did was I seasoned it with a little bit of obey, with some onion and garlic, and a little bit of Italian seasoning and parsley. And then I went ahead and sprinkled that with some olive oil, which is a really, really good fat. So I put about a tablespoon of olive oil on each piece of fish. So I made enough for 2 days. So this is tonight's dinner. And so I just had that with some spinach. And it really filled me up. I had about 2.5 cups of spinach sauteed down with some onion and garlic. And as you can tell already, there's a theme going on here. Well, I just actually read today that onion and garlic are really great to prevent inflammation. So I love that anyway. So I was like, I'm on the right track as far as what my favorite ingredients are. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to cut up some, since this is already prepared, I just need to cut up my onion. So how I'm going to cut up my onion is I'm going to dice it, and you can't see me doing that now, but you're going to see it, in my pot when I start putting all of these ingredients together. So I'm just peeling back this onion. I'm going to dice it. And I can do a tutorial on how to properly dice an onion. So but I'm just gonna dice that really quick, and this is gonna take no time at all. So for busy moms like you're out here, you're working a job, you're in the office for like 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and you've got to come home and you're committed. You're like, you're committed to your new healthy lifestyle. But if this stuff is not quick, if you can't do this quickly, it's just not going to get done. And then your results are just not going to be there. Because I'm telling you, 80% of your results is going to be found in your nutrition. And I am proof positive, because I had lost 10 pounds and gained 5 of them back, that it was my nutrition that was the problem the entire time. So I cut up my onion. You see how fast that was. That was like no time at all. I'm getting ready to put a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And you don't have to get the brand name. You can get whatever the supermarket has out there, whatever the store brand is. That's just as good. It comes it has to go by the same standard to, as the expensive brands. It has to, go by the same standards as the expensive brands in order to be considered and designated extra virgin olive oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and put that in the pot real quick. Wash my hands. Let that saute for a little bit. Get it nice, and I'm gonna turn that heat up just a tiny bit because I want it to hurry up and do its thing because I'm hungry, and I want to get this all done. And that really smells really, really good. Now the thing with when I'm doing my vegetables, and this honestly, I've been cooking for years. So one of the tricks that I've learned is, when I'm cooking with my onion and my garlic, I usually put my garlic in at like the last, I don't know, like maybe the last 5 minutes of the saute. Because the thing about garlic is that you don't want to have it in there as long as, say, the onions, because the onions take longer to get to that translucent texture that I enjoy when I cook. So I usually put that in as like one of the last ingredients before the saute is complete. But what I'm doing here, another trick, okay, if you can't get all your cooking done on the weekend, and some of us can't, and clearly I didn't, but what I'm doing here is I'm making enough for a couple of days. So I'm not going to be able to eat all this. let's just be real. I'm not going to be able to eat all of this today, along with my piece of fish and my sweet potato that I'm going to put in the microwave for about 2-3 minutes. I'm not going to eat all of that. I'm going to eat my sweet potato. I'm going to eat my piece of fish, but I'm not going to eat all of these veggies. So I'll have veggies for tomorrow. So, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that these meals really take less than 30 minutes. And today's meal is going to take like 15 because a lot of my stuff is already prepared, and my potato, which is really good carb, it's a better carb than full vitamin A and C too. Better carb than the white potato. A lot more nutritious value in the sweet potato than the white potato, and that's going to take like 2 minutes to do in the oven. So I'm going to have a really, really healthy meal without taking a lot of time to prepare it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my yellow squash to the pot because the onions are starting to get nice and caramelized. Yeah, that's it. Caramelized. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to add my zucchini to the pot. And what I'm also going to add to this, because another issue that I need to be really, really mindful of is the amount of sodium that I am having. So once these wilt down just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and put I thought I took it down, but I'm going to go ahead and put you can get this at the dollar store, a salt-free seasoning. And this is Supreme Edition, and I got it at the dollar store. It cost me $1. So another thing about, when you're doing this healthy living, at first it might be a little bit expensive to kind of figure out, or you might seem like it's expensive. After 10 years of doing this, it's really not expensive. It's a choice that I'm making to live healthier. But I've learned some tricks and tips about finding healthier choices for less money. But that's going to take practice. But again, I can do a tutorial on how to shop on the cheap, because the same thing in my favorite supermarket that usually has really good sales would be about $3. You know what I mean? That would be about $3, and that's not the way you want to go. If you can get the same quality for cheaper, why wouldn't we do that? So that's really what I'm about. I will spend money on things like my olive oil. I will spend money on things like my garlic. I get this big jar, which I'm almost out. This big jar of pre-chopped, saving time, pre-chopped garlic comes in this big thing for like $5.99, but it lasts me for like ever. It lasts me about 6 weeks. If I'm cooking every day, this jar lasts me about 6 weeks. So I'm saving time. I spend a little bit extra and save myself some time and heartache by doing that. So got these all nice and marinated. And so what I'm going to do to kind of promote that the speed at which this sautés. I love that onion. That onion is giving me life right now. It really is. Is I'm going to cover it up. So not only does it saute, it steams. Let's see if I can cover. Okay. I'm going to leave that covered up probably for about, I don't know, about 5 more minutes. Let it do its thing. And then I'm going to put some of my salt-free seasoning because I put Old Bay in my fish. So I don't need any more, sodium-based seasoning. So I'm just going to put this in here for a little bit of flavor. I'm going to put my garlic in there at the end. And then I'm going to be ready to eat. Because while that's going, I could just warm up my fish from last night. And I can cook my potato. And then I'm going to be done. So I'm going to eat in about 10 to 15 minutes. And that, you can't beat that with a stick. But again, the main thing is you've got to be prepared. You've got to prepare all of your vegetables at the beginning of the week. You've got to buy your fish in like your portion that you're going to eat. So rather than getting the big old bag that might be frozen with a bunch of other pieces, which they have, by the way. So if you're cooking this for the whole family, that's probably a really good way to go. But for me, since I'm just making this for myself, I've got a double portion, cook it all. It takes about 15 minutes for cod to cook, so it's not very long at all. Fish is fabulous. Not only is it great, it's loaded with omega 3s and 6s, but which, you know, helps you with brain function and all that kind of good stuff. It's quick and easy to cook. So that at the end of the day, we're investing. We need to get our time back. So we're gonna find that, you know, all those rich, you know, dishes that we make. I mean, I know I love a good pasta. I know I love me some lasagna, maybe some spaghetti and meatballs and all that kind of good stuff. Takes a lot longer than this healthy meal I'm getting ready to prepare, and I'm going to fuel my body in a way that's going to help me to lose weight, to power through my workouts, and just really just keep me healthy and just like let me be able to operate in an optimal way. So that's dinner for tonight. That's just dinner during the week. So if you want any other tips or tricks about leading a healthy lifestyle, picking a great workout, finding some good supplementation for your nutrition that helps you do all of those things when you're embarking on a new healthy lifestyle, feel free to comment below and contact me at Michelle@thefierceandfabulouslife.com, and I will get right back to you right away and leave you some tips. Just leave your questions below. Okay? Take care.